Yes, still on differential calculus. Here is the part 3 of the tutorial. In my last tutorial, or in my previous tutorial, we discussed about the derivatives of polynomials. And so today we want to discuss about chain rule. So let's see how we apply chain rule to solve some questions. All right, so here is what the chain rule says. The y dx equals to the y du multiplied by the u dx. So let's apply this rule to solve the following questions. Here is question 1. So in this case, the entire bracket becomes my u, such that my u is 5x to the power of 3 plus 3. So I'm going to differentiate u with respect to x. So du dx becomes 15x squared. So the entire bracket becomes my u, such that I'll say let y becomes u to the power of 4. So I'm going to differentiate y with respect to u. The y du equals to 4u to the power of 3. So don't forget the rule says the y dx equals the y du times the u dx. So I'm going to have 4u to the power of 3 multiplied by 15x squared. So that becomes 4 into brackets. What's my u? 5x to the power of 3 plus 3 to the power of 3, 15x squared. So let me multiply these two together, and that will give me 60x squared into brackets 5x cubed plus 3 all to the power of 3. So that's my final answer. Here is the second question. In this case, this is my u. So I'll say let u equals to 70 to the power of 4 plus 12. So I'm going to differentiate u with respect to t. The u, the t equals 28t to the power of 3. Don't forget, differentiating a constant will give us 0. So I'm going to ignore that 12. Now my y becomes u to the power of half, because square root of a number is that number to the power of half. So my y becomes u to the power of half. So my dy du becomes half u to the power of minus half. Don't forget the rule says dy dt. So in this case, it will be dy dt. Dy dt becomes dy du times du dt, which is half u to the power of minus half multiplied by 28t to the power of 3. So that becomes 1 over 2 multiplied by my u is 7t to the power of 4 plus 12 to the power of minus half, 28t to the power of 3. That's 1 over 2 multiplied by 1 over 7t to the power of 4 plus 12. Everything to the power of half multiplied by 28t to the power of 3 over 1. So 2 here 1, 2 here is 14. That gives me 14t to the power of 3 divided by 7t to the power of 4 plus 12, everything to the power of half. Right, so I want to simplify this now. 14t to the power of 3 divided by 7t to the power of 4 plus 12. What I'm trying to do is that I want to simplify this by rationalizing. So to the power of half means the square root. 7t to the power of 4 plus 12 divided by 7t to the power of 4 plus 12. So this gives me 14t to the power of 3, 7t to the power of 4 plus 12. divided by 70 to the power of 4 plus 12. So that's my final answer. The next question. So this becomes my u such that let u equals to 3x cubed plus 8x squared plus 3. So I'll differentiate u with respect to x. That's 9x squared plus 16x. Differentiating a constant will give me 0, so I'll ignore that. Then my y becomes u to the power of 6. That's 6u to the power of 5. Don't forget the rule says the y, the x equals to the y, the u multiplied by the u, the x. So I'm going to have 6u to the power of 5 to brackets 9x squared plus 16x. Here is 6, 3x cubed plus 8x squared plus 3 to the power of 5, 9x squared plus 16x. So my final answer, I can rearrange. It's 9x squared plus 16x, 3x cubed plus 8x squared plus 3, everything to the power of 5. So I'll leave my answer that way. Or if I like, I can say 6x. Since x is common, I can factorize 6x into 9x plus 16, 3x cubed plus 18x squared plus 3 to the power of 5. So that will be my final answer. The next question. So this becomes my u. Let u equals to 3x cubed plus 4. So the u, the x equals 9x squared. Then my y becomes u to the power of, square root means to the power of half, u to the power of half. So the y, the u becomes half u to the power of minus half. Don't forget the rule says the y, the x equals the y, the u multiplied by the u, the x. So I'm going to have half, my u is 3x cubed plus 4 to the power of minus half multiplied by du dx, that's 9x squared. This gives me 1 over 2 multiplied by 1 over 3x cubed plus 4 to the power of half multiplied by 9x squared over 1. This gives me 9x squared over 2 root 3x cubed plus 4. So I can leave my answer this way, but I want to rationalize by multiplying both sides by the roots. So this will give me 9x squared over 2 into brackets 3x cubed plus 4 multiplied by 3x cubed plus 4, 3x cubed plus 4. So this gives me 9x squared root 3x cubed plus 4 over 2 into bracket 3x cubed plus 4. So this will be my final answer. Then the last question. So this will be my u. Let u equals to root of x plus 1. So which means x to the power of half plus 1. So my du dx becomes half x to the power of minus half. So my y becomes u to the power of 4. So that my dy du will be 4u to the power of 3. So don't forget the rule says the y dx equals the y du multiplied by du dx. This will give me 4 root x plus 1 to the power of 3 half x to the power of minus half. So this gives me 4 multiplied by this half multiplied by 1 over x to the power of half. So 2 here 1, 2 here is 2, which will be 2 this will be 2 root x plus 1 to the power of 3 over root x. So I want to rationalize. So for me to rationalize, I'm going to have 2 into bracket root x plus 1 to the power of 3 over root x multiplied by root x over root x. So that gives me 2 root x plus 1 to the power of 3 over x. So this will be my final answer. Thank you all. God bless you.